right, good morning. I'm Marco Ghislanzoni with DSM-Firmenich. Together with my colleague Christine Chichester, we run data science and AI within the company. And happy to see like a full room. I guess that you came here to understand what this AI is about, because this conference is applied machine learning days, right? So, and this is AI. Well, I'll tell you a secret. We typically call it machine learning when we do it. When it gets on PowerPoint, it becomes AI. Okay, so that's why you're here. Okay, jokes aside, I have to go to my slides, of course. Yeah, that's me. Been with DSM-Firmenich for a while now. You also know that last year we became one company from two that we used to be. We have a long history as companies, I think both more than 100 years, coming from the Dutch side and coming from the Swiss side. And I will show later a bit our journey into machine learning / AI / Gen AI / your next buzzword. What we do inside is our teams basically, often apply the working definition of AI that you see under the picture. And this is one of my favorite ones because people do understand it, right? We say artificial intelligence is data, training data, a lot of data, hopefully good data. It's about algorithms, and I will tell you a secret later on about algorithms. And it's about human in the loop. So we are still not at the point where we can take humans out of the AI loop. On one hand, because we are still learning. On the other, because people at least they want to still believe that they have some decisions-making power somehow. And also people need to be empowered through this technology. So this is one of our key concepts. Now, what do we apply AI to? Well, to a number of areas. And typically, if you want to find the right areas where to apply these technologies to, there is only one rule: follow the money. So basically, where we can utilize these technologies to, on one hand, improve the way that we do business, make our customer happier. Innovation is definitely on the table. Market expansion, right? So we are a for-profit company. So you will find areas in which you apply AI if you, again, follow a bit the money. But it's not the only thing that we do, of course. We also do a lot of experimentation internally. We also apply these technologies as much as we can to help our employees being more efficient and focus not on the repetitive task, on the heavy lifting task, but on a more creative one. And this is the AI for everyone, the horizontal AI, right? And then we have the vertical AIs and we have the innovation AI. Now, our journey, as I said, comes from right now the joint journey of two different companies. Each one of us went through, before we merged, through their own AI experimentations. Back in time, we were doing things like applying random forests to understand why our prices will move in a certain direction and which factors influence them. Before LLMs, we even attempted to implement our own kind of smart artificial intelligence system that back at DSM time we call DAISY, or DSM Artificial Intelligence System, with total lack of fantasy, but it was a cool name. As a matter of fact, it wasn't adopted. And it wasn't adopted because the technology was not mature, people would not believe it. We didn't have all the marketing fuss from OpenAI and Microsoft and the others. So that didn't work as expected, but now we have a second chance. So everyone is given a second chance, which is good, thanks to LLMs. On the Firmenich side, I think Christine will explain a bit more, and during the panel, of course, it was a lot, and it's a lot about e-creation. It's about supporting the creation of new perfumes, new flavors, right? And somehow, as we are coming together, few things, interesting thing happens. On one hand, we learn from each other, like we were two separate companies, and now we are one company. So now we can share information, we can learn from each other, and we can see how certain experience were tackled somehow differently, and different levels were achieved in different areas. And we have the challenge now to bring this together and work as one team. we have different data maturity, we have different machine learning maturity, different data science maturity, not necessarily better on one side than the other, but definitely different. So interesting how we are working together to bring this onto one team and one way of working. And this is enabling us to even go at a faster pace. Because suddenly, you have a friend that has done certain things better than you did, and on the other side, maybe vice versa, so we can bring that together. What are we working on right now? So what is top of our mind? Starting from the center of the onion, is that an onion? Yeah, kind of. Starting from the center of the onion is a revised AI strategy, okay? So we are a bit surfing the hype, but this gives us visibility, and it gives us the possibility to bring certain messages to the inside of the company, which they also hear from the outside. Of course, we have to distinguish reality from the hype. That's very, very important. But that at least opens some doors, right? And people listen, and people are curious, and we are doing a lot of education internally to have people understanding what is this AI about and what is all the fuss about. And then it becomes tangible. We say, oh, did you buy NVIDIA shares a few months ago? Yeah. So now you're sitting on a very good profit. And that triggers the motivation. Of course, we're also focusing on the e-creation side. So we are seeing opportunity to utilize AI and many forms of AI to foster the creation of new products, of new solutions, but also to better work with customers. Right? So this idea that e-creation can also become co-creation together with our customers is slowly but steadily opening a number of doors. And eventually imagine that you could have AIs on our side talking with AIs on the customer side until they come to a determination of what the next product should be. Now I'm projecting it a bit to the future. And you have AI on our side negotiating with AI on the customer side, also to find a common agreement and a common ground on developing new products. Last but not least, we are seeing a surge of the LLM RAG use cases, so retrieval augmented generation with variations like TRAG and so on. And Christine's team is working nicely on an infrastructure to provide those cases and to fulfill those cases at scale because they are quickly ramping up. I think right now I have 27 on our list. And every other day there is someone who comes and says, oh, I want an LLM. And then we say, OK, so if you go around holding a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Right? So people are having this hammer of the LLM, and now they want to solve everything. So, oh, if I throw all my Excels in LLM, is it going to do the calculations for me? I said, no, that's not how it works. Okay? But if you have a number of unstructured documents and you want to query them, you want to summarize them, you want to extract information and also understand where those sources come from, yes, that we can do for you. That we can definitely do. And then over time, we'll develop more, right? That requires team, that requires specific application areas. That also requires a lot of change management. And people are still a bit scared about these tools. Somehow they want to experiment with them, but they're also afraid that sooner or later it's going to take their job or it's going to, I don't know, make them less smart than they think they are or smarter. We don't know yet. So key learning from our AI journey, some of which I already mentioned. Super important, always start from the problem and the opportunity. Again, when people come to you and say, oh, I need an LLM. So what do you need it for? Which problem are you trying to solve? Ask why 5 times until you get to the root of the problem or the root of the opportunity. And then it might turn out that the LLM or LLMs that people are asking for are not always the solution. There is traditional data science. There are traditional algorithms. There is traditional machine learning beside AI, which can still be applied to a number of problems in a very efficient way, and you won't necessarily throw everything into an LLM. The other thing is taking care of your data. You know that machine learning is garbage in, garbage out most of the time. Yes, we can work with noisy data. We can work with gaps in the data. But if 99% is gaps and all you have is a 1 in there, yeah, that's not going to work. So taking care of the data, making sure that you understand the lineage, that they are properly classified, your metadata as well. There are a lot of opportunities using AI also for data quality management and indication to whether your data are what they should be for certain applications. And very important, the human expertise. So I don't know of any AI machine learning project that went well without the domain expertise added to the project. Okay? So you can give the best data set to your best data scientist, but if that person doesn't know anything about the field of application of those data, very likely, maybe by chance, you get something nice, but it's not likely. Non-invented here syndrome. So you remember the definition of AI I shared at the very beginning? As training data plus algorithms plus human in the loop. You know what? For us, 99.9% of the times, algorithms are commodities. We don't write our own algos, right? We download PyTorch and Keras and TensorFlow and and the magic happens. But we don't do pure research on algos, and we don't have to. It's not our job. Others are doing that. But we are happy to take that over, peer-reviewed, verified, controlled, and utilize it for our applications. So why having to reinvent things when they are already there better than you can do yourself? And last but not least, make aware everyone that doing data science, doing AI, doing machine learning, it's an iterative approach. So people are used to, oh, here's my problem, here's my data, see you in 3 months, and you give me the solution. No, that's not how it works, and that's not how it should work. So you need to involve the business stakeholders, you need to involve the users, the future owners in your process, that they understand how this is built, they understand the pros and the cons, they understand the good, the bad, the ugly, and then they own it, and then they will adopt it, and then they will take the solution and grow it together with you. But if you don't make them aware of how this works, it will never work. And with that, I think that I went through my slides. Thank you.